Hey, what's up guys? I played a ton of different decks this season, and I'm going to be showing you 5 of my favorite ones. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. A huge thanks to Diablo Immortal for sponsoring today's video. Diablo Immortal is a top tier MMO game for mobile, and it just released a brand new update called Forgotten Nightmares. It's great endgame content for players that are above level 60. You can party up with your friends and relive the history of the Zakram Crusades, and the castle of SIRTAG is massive. This part of the update releases 2 new game modes: Purge the Depths, an exploration and scavenger hunt in the darkness of the castle, and the defense of Sarangar, a new holdout mode. First, you have to clear the castle of unwanted guests. Additional rooms will be available for you and your warband members to occupy. Each room has a variety of unique bonuses that it provides each occupant. Standard mode can be played once a week, and you'll have to withstand 8 waves of bloodthirsty demons. If you fight them off, you'll earn a lot of rewards and experience. And the endless mode can be played at any time. In this mode, you'll receive a score based on how many heavy-hitting waves of demons that you can survive. There's a new Season 5 Battle Pass and so much more. Check out Diablo Immortal using the link in the description of the video or in the pinned comment. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go in for the Bandit Kite with our Hog Rider on the other side. This fully counters the Bandit, if you guys did not know. Your towers are able to kill the Bandit and then also get some damage with the Hog Rider at the exact same time. So if you have an inconvenient card cycle, roll with that and you will not be disappointed. Okay, this guy went in for bats, and he got some damage on my Dark Goblin, but not too much. I think he's going to Inferno Dragon or P.E.K.K.A, depending on what he's doing. Oh, he's got Mega Knight of his own. I didn't expect that. I guess I should, because this is like literally what mid-ladder players do. Everyone runs Mega Knight, including me. I am part of the problem. I'm going to Inferno Dragon here, and I think I'm able to kill that. Oh, he's going to have Dark Goblin. Is he going to bats? Super easy zap value. Let's go, baby. Completely melting the Mega Knight, and I could freeze, but I mean, I don't really want to spend that extra elixir for no reason. Especially if I can use that as a leapfrog tactic with the Bandit so it can get closer to the tower so then he can't respawn fast enough. That was awesome. He misses some of the goblins, and even if he was able to zap on top of the goblins, some of them would have stayed alive because they are immune to zap. That's why log bait is so freaking popular. Also, the goblin was about to slap the tower. It didn't quite work out, but it's still pretty good for us. I want to keep up the aggression when our opponent doesn't have enough elixir for the Mega Knight. I hope he doesn't. I think he will. Ooh, wait. Super spicy. Super spicy freeze. That's a -1 trade, but the Hog Rider is hammering in way more damage. The difficulty arises when you realize that you can't sacrifice a Dark Goblin here, because if you do, the Bandit one-taps it. So you just have to soak up the damage for the squad. At least the Dark Goblin gives us enough damage on the tower that it would take it out, so he has to respond probably with a Mega Knight. Oh, he's going to go Bandit of his... Oh, no, he didn't go Bandit. He went for Bats. Bandit and Bats, guys. You know, they're 2 cards with Bs, so obviously super similar stuff. I don't know how my brain twisted those, but it is what it is. I'm going to go for a Zap here on top of all the Skeletons. The Bandit locks on a tower. That is great. We can maybe go for a Hog Rider, but I think he would immediately go in for a Mega Knight. So I'd rather go Gang instead, especially with the Spear Goblins coming up clutch. He has to go in for something in front that he would typically not want to. Okay. Am I better off freezing because the bats are going to die to that? Yeah, that was really good. Wow, that is super clutch because I can zap on top of all the Skeletons that are about to accumulate. And then I think I'm going to be in a great position moving forward. So I'm going to zap on all the Skeletons, take no damage, and then go for a Goblin Gang off to the side. Not going to have Mega Knight back in cycle immediately, right? Are you? We'll have to wait and see. I think that this is going to give us enough damage to win the game with 1 Hog Rider hit, but I don't get it. Oh no, wait, this is getting a little bit more sketchy and scuffed for me, guys. I'm going to get that Mega Knight down to bounce back the Bandit, and then it's going to jump onto the Musketeer. He will 100% go for a Mega Knight here. I think he's going to get bats down as well, so I can zap on those. I don't know if he realized that I'm just going to get freeze value with the zap, slowing everything else down, but I guess he was rolling with it anyway. Bandit is so clutch at sniping Dark Goblins. Princes would not be able to do that. That's why I prefer the Bandit in this deck right now. I'm going to go in for another Dark Goblin, and then I can follow up with a Hog Rider because he's not going to be back to a good counter. He will lose the game here, so that's what we're rolling with. I'm going to go for Goblin Gang. The Hog Rider should give us a hit, and then we walk away with a win. It was a pleasure playing against you, man. Even though I don't even know the difference between Bats and Bandit, we still steal the game from you. Alright, so jumping into this game against Mr. Edwin. Oh no, it's log bait. Not what we wanted to see. I would typically like to go in for the Goblin Gang behind my tower, but I knew I wasn't going to get it down fast enough, so I did it off to the side. Okay, so I'm going to Inferno Dragon here. It should be able to snipe the Princess, because anything that he drops in front is definitely going to get fireballed. Okay, not an Ice Spirit. I'm not going to fireball an Ice Spirit. Okay, cool. So that Gang is devastated and destroyed. The thing about our deck... Arrow's not going to be the best counter to the Goblin Barrel because it's not going to give us counter push. Please, one of the Elite Barbarians is going to go back. Let's go. Teamwork, baby. Wait, I can miner here because he doesn't have Valkyrie. How's he planning on defending this? The princess is targeting the wrong thing. If he goes Goblin Gang, we are 100% arrowing. I think I'm going to arrow anyway. I want to kill the princess so I can get more damage with the E-Barb. That's going to be 500 damage per hit, baby. Insane value. And then he's going to go for a Goblin Barrel right into a Goblin Gang. I can sense it. I can feel it. He's going to go for it, and it's going to get completely countered for no actual damage. Come on, baby. Where's it at? I'm waiting. I'm sitting here for the Goblin Barrel. I feel like I'm growing older. I could go to college. I could get a job. I could come back, and I'd still be waiting for the Goblin Barrel, guys. If he decides to rocket the Inferno Dragon, that wouldn't surprise me too much. Oh, he went on the other side. He swerved me. He switched it up. No, he's going to get damage. Oh, wow. Why did you have to go on the side that, you didn't have any damage in? We wanted to show the viewers that you can completely counter it, but you had to prove me wrong. Okay, so this is legitimately the best possible thing that could have happened. He cycled his Tesla. He doesn't have a building for the Mega Knight. You cycle your Mega Knight in the back when your opponent doesn't have a building because it's really hard to stop a massive push that you are able to build up. No building, you build up a push. The math checks out. Someone's building out here, always. So he's probably going to go in for a Valkyrie. We can fireball it. Oh, that was not how you wanted to do it, my dude. The Tesla's still alive, but it's all good. Remember, he's not going to have anything besides Goblin Gang, so we're just going to arrow it, and we're going to walk with a win. Wherever the Goblin Gang may be, it's going to get destroyed. It's going to be in a state of misery. Okay, finally, we're able to show you guys. Goblin Barrel, shut down by the Goblin Gang. No damage. Meanwhile, the Elite Barbarian's also not getting any damage, but we're not screaming about the Elite Barbarian getting shut down. We're remembering the good things in life. Okay, he's going to go in for a Goblin Barrel. I think I have to fireball on this. Kind of a bad card cycle, but it's a -1 trade. It's not the end of the world. All minor here. The Inferno Dragon has to clean up all that. Oh, his princess died too. Wait, that's foreshadowing what's to come with your other princess. It's gone. Leaving the earth, never to be seen again. Okay, so he doesn't have login cycle, so he might go in for a Goblin Barrel and then go in for like a Princess of the River. I'm expecting him to go Princess of the River with the Goblin Barrel. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I think he's going to go Princess of the River because he's going to try and get splash damage on top of the Goblin Barrel, the Goblin Gang, but he doesn't. It's weird that he didn't do that. Wait, is the Inferno Dragon going to cross? It's not crossing the river, so I can consistently go in for arrows here. If the Inferno Dragon's still alive, we can win the game with the 1 HP Inferno Dragon. Be my savior. Wow, he freaked out and went in for everything that he could. Okay, I have to go Goblin Gang. I dropped it a little bit later because I was scared of him logging. You're still going to take a lot of damage. It's okay, though. This time we can go in for the Miner, the Fireball, and the arrows and put this man out of his misery and out of the game. He's never going to come back. GG, well played and peace out. Oh, wait, Fireball does not do enough. That's kind of bad. We're going to have to fireball this then instead, and then we're going to not be dead, and then we can go in for a Goblin Gang to psych the princess, even though you're able to... Oh, wait. This game is coming down to the wire because if I don't get this miner on the tower, then I would have to go and cycle arrows, and then I'd have to fireball. Okay, never mind. Yeah, well, I still think we have to cycle the fireball, but we walk with a win. A little bit scuffed, a little bit sketchy, but that's how we like it. We like it close, making the memes a little bit stretched out for you guys to enjoy just that much longer. GG, well played, and peace out. It's a pleasure taking your trophies, man, and we'll bounce on next one. All right, this guy is a certified savage of the highest order. He legitimately dropped a Valkyrie and Elite Barbarians at the river without even knowing what my deck was. Why do people play like this? He went straight into a Mega Knight and bats. He has no elixir. He's about to get throttled and punished on a different level. This Mega Knight is jumping for the glory, and you can't take it, man. That is 1,500 damage and also minions that can completely and utterly disregard. So the great thing about our deck is it's built for ladder. You know, if you guys are sick and tired of Mega Knight spammers, if you're sick and tired of other people dropping the Mega Knight, you destroy it with the Inferno Dragon. If you're playing against Elite Barbarians or Bridge spammers, you've got Goblin Gang and you also have Mega Knight. So it's the best of both worlds. Okay, so he's saying good luck. I mean, I'm not really getting good luck. You just dropped something that was really dumb at the river, and you hope that you were getting good luck, and then you got bad luck. It wasn't me getting good luck. It was you getting terrible luck. Maybe we can go in for an Inferno Dragon here, and then maybe go for a zap as well. Okay, this is really funny because I can zap on top of the witch, and then the witch is going to stay behind, and then the skeletons aren't going to be able to get there in time. No, that's so sad that the Valkyrie went backward, resetting the Inferno Dragon for a slight period of time. It is what it is, but it could have been way better. I wonder if he's going to go in for Elite Barbarians on the left-hand side or something. I'm not that scared of it. I can Mega Knight here and then use bats in conjunction with the Dark Goblin. And, oh, wait, what? What are you doing? What is this deck? Why do you have Inferno Tower with Elite Barbarians? I thought you would have one or the other, but this man's packing a building and the E-Barbs to kill Hog Riders. He really doesn't like that card. Okay, I feel like I'm a mid-ladder warrior at this point, so let's see if we can wreck this man. I'm going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel on the right-hand side, and then because the Inferno Tower is going to be out of cycle, he's not going to be able to pull the Inferno Tower on top of the Skeleton Barrel. The Miner is going to be able to get the targeting from the Princess, So he's not able to drop the princess on the skeleton, so the skeletons might just take him out completely. Yeah, if you guys notice that, when the skeleton barrel pops, the princess has to retarget onto something. And because the skeletons haven't actually went on the map yet, it always targets that. Wait, what the heck? Oh my gosh. So one other thing that's really important is using your skeleton barrel on defense against minion hordes or weird cards like this. If I didn't do that, I would have died. I am going to go in for a zap. I'm going to mine on top of the rest of the witch. And as you can see with zap and skeleton barrel, you can clean up any weird air cards that your opponent decides to drop. If they go in for a random giant Inferno Tower Elite Barbarians deck, you're going to be safe. And that's what I like to do. I like playing decks that aren't going to let me lose against people that are worse than me, right? Pretty important to do that, especially like when ladders just has people trying to make very lucky decisions and trying to get ahead of you based off of not necessarily skill, but, you know, dropping 10 elixir at the river and praying that you don't have the right counter and cycle. He's going to go in for a skeleton army and we can zap that. I guess he's not going to want to. Okay, cool. So we walk away with a win and we will go on to the next one. Super easy stuff, and it shows why this deck dominates all the skillless ladder decks that you see every game. Mega Knight keeps you safe while stealing all of your opponent's trophies. Let's keep it up. So we got a game against Tricky. Let's see how tricky he actually is. Hopefully it's tricky with some goblin barrels, because we're going to end up having a lot of small spells for him. I don't want to go for a Sparky right now just because of his name. It makes me feel like he could end up having a goblin barrel rocket deck. So I'm just going to test the waters with my Hunter. Sometimes, oh, let's go. This is one of my favorite matchups in the game. Because we have Hunter and we have Sparky, it's going to be so hard for him to reset this. Typically with Electro Giant, they're not going to have any other resets. Like, they'll just use the Electro Giant as their primary resetter. But the Electro Giant can't reset the Sparky since it would reset it after the Sparky already shoots. So the Sparky's already done the damage by then. Maybe this guy is going to try to get this Inferno Dragon to pop through, but I can get some serious value with the Mega Minion. Went in for a Dark Prince as well, since the Dark Prince has 2 layers of things that the Inferno Dragon has to work on. Like the first layer, we're just going to let it melt, and then the second one we don't even really care about because it doesn't have much health. And then we can afford a Goblin Giant, and we should be able to kill the Inferno Dragon and get a huge push. You can't touch this. It's over. So as you guys can see, I did not go in for the Sparky immediately. I went in for, well, I didn't go for the Goblin Giant Sparky immediately. What I did was I decided, hey, I need to use the Dark Prince because it's going to be a bit more cost efficient against someone going for the Inferno Dragon. And then I went in for the Goblin Giant. If you do that, you're able to get a better trade and you'll be able to take out their entire tower. This guy's tower's at 1,000. You can't come back from this one. So that was a really long and boring game. The dude just kept defending with Inferno Dragons and cannons and prolonged it as long as possible. But after you get that amount of damage, you can just Lightning Cycle and secure your defenses with your Sparky and Hunter. Alright, so we're going to go for a Heal Spirit and a Battle Healer to open up the game. Shutting down the Goblin Barrel feels pretty good. We're going to have to wait and see what version of Log Bait this guy's got. So this deck works really well into Log Bait 99% of the time. And the reason is, if your opponent rockets on top of the Elixir Collector, well, they're not going to end up having rocket for all of your stuff that's stacked up behind your Elixir Golem. That's what our method to success is, and we'll see if it can pay off. So I'm going to go for my Elixir Collector early on because we know he has to rocket on top of that, and then maybe the Inferno Dragon can give us some sizzle value. A lot of times this Heal Spirit will be pretty fun too. It'll either lock onto the tower or it'll make him freak out and drop some extra Elixir that he doesn't want to. That was a very smart Princess. Unfortunately, the Battle Healer takes 2 hits and a Heal Spirit to finish that off. That's a lot of Elixir. I dropped 5 Elixir to kill 3, man. You're putting me in a bit of a state of misery. It's fine though. We roll with it. We vibe with it. You can't make big pushes with Elixir Golem without the Battle Healer usually, but I think that's what we're going to try right now because the rocket is still out of cycle. So I can Electro Dragon here. I can go for an Elixir Golem and then I can go in for a Rage and see if we can break through and do a lot of damage, especially if he's going to log. I think there's a lot of Elixir spent from our opponent. So I'm going to rage this up with the Electro Dragon and the Elixir Golem, and it's going to be hard for him to defend because the Elixir Golem, it's not necessarily going to die easy for our opponent. If he goes in for a Goblin Gang, we can arrow on it, and he's going to go for a Valkyrie instead. Huh, that's interesting. It's always weird to see people go in for those type of plays because I wasn't necessarily expecting that. He's just going to rocket, and then he'll probably Princess at the river when the Valkyrie comes up close. So I'm going to go for a Battle Healer here. Make sure the Princess gets predicted so it doesn't lock onto my tower. It's just really obvious if you know your opponent's card cycle when they're going to go for Princess or not. Because if they have the ability to and there's nothing like really body blocking the river, you can guarantee that your opponent is going to be annoying and drop that Princess. Alright, so the Inferno Dragon is going to be able to body block all the Spear Goblins, so I think the Battle Healer is going to stay alive and then heal everything up too. That is so clean. Remember, Rocket again is out of cycle. So I can go for an Elixir Golem and I can start to spam more Elixir and more spam. I think he's going to go in. I think he's going to go in for, yeah, so that's off to the side. I could heal spirit on it and minimize the amount of damage that he gets with the goblins. It's still going to be a lot, but it's not going to be game-ending damage. I'm going to go for another elixir collector here because I don't think I'm going to be able to break through with this Electro Dragon, Elixir Golem push. I'm just trying to bait out some extra elixir from our opponent. I'm going to immediately arrows so we can get some more value with our spam, and then I'm going to go for another Elixir Golem in the back. So this Elixir Golem is 100% dead. I'm not going to spend any extra elixir on it. It doesn't really give me anything. I don't think the battle healer is going directly into the rocket, so I think I'm okay. Wait, he has very little elixir to deal with this push right now, and he spent almost everything he has. I think I can go in for arrows on top of the princess and then rage everything up and have a ton of crap coming at him. There's no way. He missed the rocket too. Yo, what are you doing? The Inferno Dragon's on your tower in the left. Pretty soon, you're going to have nothing left over, bro. That's insane. 500 damage is all he's got left in that left-hand side. So I think I could take both towers at this point. I'm just memeing on him. This is how it feels to beat a log break player, guys. You command and conquer any position you could possibly want, and you leave them with no chances of defending. I could have taken left-hand tower if I decided to spam there, but it's just more satisfying to take a full HP tower on the right. Super easy stuff, and now we're 6,500 in the world. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.